It's funny. BBC. I've got to use this one down here because it's a long way. No signal, no radio. And nobody else around for an hour. This is my sitting down writing letters place. But yeah, it was funny. It's like half of them phoning in. Now this is not me saying this, because I've written some things lately. Oh, I can't even remember if I've put them up. I think there is an element of the woke that's very important. Always have thought. Well, now let's avoid this woke. Political correctness. Straight away when it came out, really not comfortable. It's against the basic manifesto of the Great Enlightenment movement forward as to how we actually evolve our society. You don't fucking force anything down anybody's neck, and you've got to be so careful with free speech. Anyway, oh, car coming. Yeah, but half of them want to say we're sick to death of paying for this woke. But of course they're not allowed to express any passion at all. The smallest little bit of passion in their voice. Because I know, in fact, the majority of my closer people are brown or otherwise minorities in certain ways. And every single one says it doesn't work. And I think you've got the perfect example of how that is true. It doesn't work. It just, you've got to. Anyway, I have no interest in the woke other than 10 years ago, 8 to 9 years ago, I realised, no, the way you attack the woke is by saying properly, it's certainly, you mustn't just say, oh, black gospel singers are the best, or whatever, black soul singers. Anyway, Tammy Payne is as good as, and the other one, what's the other one called? Oh, I forget, no manners to reply to anything. Mrs. Holly, Mrs. Ebony. No, well actually, yeah, I wasn't going to do this yet, but I'm sorry. So I picked this up from a charity shop. All blah blah blah, winner of the blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. It's rubbish. It's total rubbish. It's just EastEnders. I mean, at least Martin Amis had a little bit of kind of, he was trying to explore new language with his tales of inner city craziness and dysfunction. But yes, Donald Glover is by far the greatest television maker. His series Atlanta, when I watched that, and I was told by somebody from within the music, the top of the film business, who happened to be sitting at a cafe in Kington, 2016. I asked her after about an hour of chat, making sure that we didn't get any political correct version, we had reality. So I asked her at the end, I said, I hear that the really great writing has gone away from film, unfortunately, into television, because she was a television senior producer in New York City for many years. So what would you recommend? And she said, oh, there's only one thing to recommend, Atlanta, which I found that night on a pirate thing, potluck or whatever it was then. Opening scene, the first three things you see is a fast car, noisy car full of black men playing rap music with guns. And I say to myself, oh God, it has the three things that I can't stand the most: guns, noisy cars, status cars, and rap music. Oh, I know a little bit of rap music is great, but within 90 seconds, I'm hooked into the greatest writing by far for television, and out of curiosity, I've put my nose into a few other things. So yes, I'm sorry, Donald Glover, I mean, is without a doubt the greatest writer, as was season 2 and 3 of that. Blah blah blah. Coleman Hughes, about the only good I don't really like his. He can't do less is more because he's an American capitalist, small c conservative. But he's great. Excuse me, I'm a black and I don't get fucking racialized. And so he gets cancelled for that. But no, he's a really good. Probably he's the best speaker in America. Blah blah blah. Yeah, you got to end all this. And all of go to leftovers2022.blogspot.com. I think it was 2023 or 2021. The link is in Ralph Schism. There's a my links or something like that page. And then you got to go to leftovers. I know the best writers by far of this century, with one strange exception, European modern literature. But the best writers, Rachel Cusk is without a doubt the only great kind of new George Eliot, really thoughtful writer. And Rachel Kushner in America. I don't really like American fiction. I read everything, Cheever, Thoreau, everything, but some of it was good in the past. But yeah, Rachel Kushner. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's the way you deal with this. And Jay Simmons spoke on Newsnight, the first night, I think, of the Tottenham riots, or the second night, as did Sheldon Thomas. I remember their names. They're lads from the projects. 19, 20 years old. I remember their names because I was astonished by their wisdom, eloquence, confidence, bright eyes, and actually able to talk about their hood up in flames, their friends being arrested, etc., with humour and magnificent dignity, in a way I have heard no white person in Britain speak. Have I got any exceptions to that? For years. Excuse me, you want to get rid of the woke, turn it around accurately into, excuse me, it's whitey that's the disadvantaged person, because it's not about money, it's not about what, I mean, where I used to live, this region, the people with the really expensive cars and the really expensive clothes are certainly, you can tell by their body language, you can watch them in their relations with whoever they're with, they're the least happy people. It's never been about that, and it's absurd that these pathetic little fools of Navarra and our universities make it about your bourgeois position in society. No, success is only about who you're able to be. Jay Simmons, Sheldon Thomas. I wish I've searched for Jay Simmons so many times online. Unfortunately, well, maybe he got killed by a boy from the hood. Anyway, it's just right. Okay, this is my writing spot. I've got to leave. I really have to leave, even though, Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't even know what it's been like in the rest of the country, but the last 2 months have been really pretty shitty here. I deserve 10 days of this.